Okay, dear students, now we will come to this section which I am giving you a small break and explaining. You have learned a lot of elements. Now you are very clear. Let's go to the summary. You learn very fast. See, first thing is what we have to do, look at the picture with keen observation so that we can identify how many characters we saw, what is the background. Everything should be crystal clear so that we can frame a good story which is matching the picture at that time or which is matching the picture shown during the PPDT. Okay. Now reading situational demand. What do you mean by reading situational demand? Whenever you will see a picture, you will see there will be something which you will perceive as a requirement. Like in field, you will realize maybe seeds, maybe irrigation, maybe working style. If you will be seeing a studying person, you will remember how you prepared for your debate. You want to write that, you can write that. If you are reading, you are seeing of a project, you can write that. These are all the different things. Here your psychological angle will get into action and it will help you to identify what is the situational demand. Then positive attitude to resolve. Naturally, if you have a challenge, you're not going to wait for some God to come from the heaven to help you. You will naturally be having a positive attitude to solve it. So you'll get into action that, okay, he's going to do this, he's going to do this. If there is an accident also, you see, you have an emotion that let me go and help so that the person is saved. Yes, that is positive attitude. Similarly, if you're having a debate competition in your mind and you want to write that, then you can write a positive attitude that you wanted to do best in debate, possibly win the first position. Is it clear? You may not get first, but what should be your attitude towards winning it? Next, appropriate hero creation. Now you should have a right hero because while writing a story, if you write a story that there was a boy who was 5-year-old and he went and told the DM, does it look appropriate? No. There is a picture which is showing of girl sitting and you are making a hero which is a male and it is not matching. It will look inappropriate. So anything which will match the situation is very important. If you're seeing a field, you make a village development officer, can be appropriate. If you're seeing a field, you're making a gram pradhan, appropriate. Agricultural student, appropriate. This is one of the things. We'll give you an example also. Thereafter, appropriate planning and organizing. What will you plan, how to do it, and then one by one, what will you do? Naturally, that will also come here. Now, sometime when you want to plan something, but some things doesn't happen. Like suppose you are expecting the police to come and it does not come. Then what will you do? You will think of some other solution. That's exactly what is called as innovative action. That the police did not arrive, so they decided that they will take the vehicle to the nearby police station, right? Similarly, there may be certain innovative action like somebody is trapped in the vehicle and he's not coming out and you are realizing that door is not opening. So what do? You get a metal rod and try to break through and get the people trapped outside. Am I right? So these are all innovative actions because sometimes things become so that it looks that you will have to think something more. You will have to visualize a little more. And then you will come down to the positive outcome that in the end everybody was saved. Am I right? So this is a framework of the story. Good observation, understanding situational demand, having a desire to solve it, creating a proper hero, thereafter the right planning and organizing action. If necessary, some problem, then new thought for an innovative action and last positive outcome. Is it clear? So now we go down to the next one. See, I have created a small memory code if you want to remember it. Though you don't have to make a superhero story, mark it. You have to make a natural hero. But I'm giving you a code word which is called as superhero. So you will understand the points you have to do. And you will not miss it. I always believe codes are easy to handle and easy to understand. But don't make a story where you create a hero-based story. You make an action-based story. What do you mean by hero-based story and action-based story? In a hero, you try to show everything he did. In action, you try to see that the person did the right action, and from the action we will identify the hero. That's a different story. But when you try to show that everything hero only did and nobody else did, it looks immature. It looks a Marvel Comics type kind of story. It looks living in the fool's world. So don't do that. Make it natural. So here, superhero is a collection of points to remember in writing the story holistically with right and appropriate. S for some other thing, U for other, PER, H hero. Is it clear? It will help you. See, first one is situational reading rightly. S is for reading situation rightly. Understanding what is the situation. See, in this example one, there is an accident. So what has he read? Accident on the road as a situation. Next, understanding demand of situation. What is demand of the situation? Need to normalize and give first aid, isn't it? Etc. First aid, this is the understanding the demand. So you are okay with this SU. Then we come down to positive perception. You should believe that you will solve it. So what is it? Hero must act with emergency and hope to save. Not this that he will not be able to save. He should never have this. So that is clear, positive perception. Then we come down to next, enacting. What do you mean by enacting? Get into action. That is rightly prioritizing what all to do. Doing rightly. Now in this accident you will show he will immediately get the person out, get the scooter fellow out, get the person trapped out. He is having a blood, so he will immediately give first aid. You getting the point? This is how you are going to do it. Next, resourceful thought, new idea in case of trouble. Now you're realizing that since he's had a brain injury, he needs immediate attention. So he told the car fellow only to help him, drop him to the new this thing. So this is something, a new idea, because normally one can take, but here we need emergency. So in this, a new idea that let the car person only help him to rush him up to the nearby place so that he gets saved. Next, hero creation as per situation. Now when you are writing a story, you should have a right hero. The person can be one of the right person here. Right? If you are a girl, you want to make the girl coming forward, you can do that. If you want to make a man coming, she also coming and helping. If you want to make this youngster making right hero, you can do that. So this way you have created a right person. Is it clear? Now then we come down to expressing thought with clarity. While writing the story, it should be very no cancellation. No cancellation, please. If you cancel thing, it will spoil your evaluation. It will show to the psychologist that you are hiding thoughts. Don't do that. Don't cancel. Is it clear? So here writing story with single word sequentially in a proper manner is expressing. Then rightly acting as per situation. The action should be relevant, detailed, and what are you doing? And practical. It should not be that suddenly they thought of getting a helicopter there. Write something natural. Then we come down, objective achievement. That is last one, as I have told you in the superhero, is objective. That end of the story should end that yes, he was saved. The conclusion should be successful, completion, achievement. Have you understood with this example of the accident, please? Right? In the earlier one, we said situation, then understanding, then positive perception, then enacting, then resourcefulness. Am I right? Then hero creation. Then what did I say? Enacting what is to be done. Yes or no. Then what did we give you? In the enacting before this, we gave you rightly acting as per situation, and last, objective achievement. Clear? These are all examples to just give you a thought. Now let's go to example which will really educate you. Here is a solved example. There are two people talking. First we have done the marking, dot male 21 plus dot male 20 plus. Dot is to identify what you saw. Then we have made a circle around one because that is the central character. We have written the title action sports challenge. Is it clear? Yes or no? So now we have done this. Now look at the story which follows. Read this. Ravi was playing as vice captain of football team. They were to play the finals after 2 days. They had a great tournament and were in the best of the spirit to perform well. They were to face a tough team. Unfortunately, the captain fell ill, and the doctor said that it would take more than 7 days to get fit. The final was just 3 days away. Ravi assured the captain that not to worry, they will win the trophy for them. So he practiced with the team as per the captain's plan. Because there were 3 days, he added few new plans. Now that is resourcefulness, because there was the input of different players and knowledge of other team strategy. They got some point that this team will be playing like this, so they did this. Ravi also identified the strategy of the other team. They identified the strategy of the other team so as to create a strategy which can counter it effectively. So he's written that. Luckily, at the last moment, the team's captain, though the team captain was to get well in 7 days, but before that 3 days, he came back. He joined the team's captain, joined back. Ravi told him about the complete plan, whatever they were doing and what they did, including the changes, and played with full enthusiasm. The team was lucky to defeat their strong opponent. Now, in this story, what has happened? There is a Ravi. He finds that there is a challenge. They have to win a match. They have the right emotions to do that. They find a difficulty that their captain gets ill. Nevertheless, they take it as a challenge, shows courage. He becomes the in charge, and thereafter he uses the intelligence, what he has done, plus new innovations, plus work as a team, practice. Luckily, the captain comes back. They now play together as a team and they win. Now here, there is no desire from the Ravi to be too rewarded. He is happy with the team's winning. So that also shows self-motivated behavior. Ravi is taking the role, adapting, shows his intelligence. Ravi doing full justice to the game is also full justice. Is it clear? So this is one story. Let's go down to the second one. Here again, this is a solved example. These are 3 people, 1, 2, 3. Here it is marked male 21 plus, male 25 plus, male 55 plus. This has been shown as an old person. Never mind. Title action, town planning. Is it clear? Now here, in this what they have done, Ravi was newly appointed as the town planner of a town near Kanpur. As he was also to survey and come up with a good plan to make the town well organized. He had to make the town well organized and make necessary changes to make it better for everyone. Now here we have thought of a hero. As per the situation, we have made him a town plan. Never mind. Ravi decided to do a good job, and himself, along with old residents, visited different places to identify the challenges. They went there. Practically, you have to do it to learn what is to be done. In his plan, as a result of reaching out, he was able to identify all the needs of the resident, what all they want. And thus, with his official team, he came up with a great plan to make the town more comfortable by adding facilities in economical way, so that all the needs can be managed in the budget allotted. In the budget itself, they are trying to manage everything. Ravi realized that using solar lights at right points can help many. Also, that it should be in such places that it is well protected and taken care of, because you have people not taking care of. Never mind. Before finalizing, he took input of elderly resident as per the need, added few changes to make the plan very detailed or comprehensive. The resultant development was liked by the cities. So now what he is doing town planning. But he has gone into survey, he has used the right emotions, he has gone into detail. So this boy, whoever is writing with the right approach of adapting and using all the intelligence, resources, and doing it rightly. Any negative words used? None. Result? Fine. Am I right? So now this is your second example. Now we come down to this third example. In this we are seeing a vehicle, 2 people coming out, and we have made them male 26, male 32 plus. This was written action, Corona warriors, maybe during the Corona time. Let's go further. Ravi was a Corona warrior who, along with his friend, was allotted to a hospital. They realized that in the beginning day they had serious trouble, as the hospital was quite short of resources and many people were getting ill on a daily basis. They were getting ill and arriving in ambulances. Even the prescribed medicine were severely short. Now these are the challenges. Ravi and his friend decided to take up the challenge. Now this is the emotion They are not rushing out. They are showing their psychological perspective that they're going to do it properly. And he started working step by step, beginning with arranging wards properly. They made the wards. Now planning and organizing is getting into action to facilitate medicine, proper care to patient, along with managing the sanitation. Sanitation means neatness, cleanliness. Ravi even checked with patient about their needs, and they worked as best as they could, and soon their dedicated efforts started taking shape, and not only people started recovering fast, but also due to organizing resources. Because they had organized, they were able to serve many, because in the corona a lot of people came and the hospital gained a positive reputation. So now some people would have thought that hospital made a lot of money. Now this gentleman has thought about positive reputation. Once you have a positive reputation, all the other things fall in place. Is it clear? So I think you have understood from 3 good examples. Not only we have shown you the marking, but also read out the stories. And this is how the stories are well read. Now in this there is originality. Please don't copy stories. Try to create something new. These are patterns for you to understand how to write a story which is sensible, fluid, relevant and matching the picture. Is it clear or not clear? Now remember, this corona thing was written during that corona time, so it matches the time. Similarly today, there will be something other thing which you like. For example, these days the Kumbh problem is there. In the Kumbh there are people managing, and it's a country thing because everybody from all over the country are coming to the Kumbh Mela. Got it? Now, candidate choice. There are 3 ways to do before you end up the story. One is to write a story, something which is of self-projection, in which the candidate feels that the freedom of the story can write something about himself. For example, in the first story, if you remember, he had written about a football championship. And that gentleman who had written the story was actually a football player. So you can write similarly if a girl wants to see that. But again, rather than writing only a selfish need, it's something with the team, something with the group, something with the society benefit can be taken into account. Is it clear? But there can be self-projection. Self-projection means you can create a character similar like you and can go back to your memory lanes of your school, college and write a story. Second is social learning projection. There are many things which you are learning from the society, and the picture was of a field or maybe of a hospital, and you have made a good doctor as the person. So here you identify the role of a doctor, how responsible it is, how it has to be done nicely. So here, even if you write a story, the kind of qualities which you show in the doctor, the way he works, the way he plans, the way he organizes, will also be taken as your qualities. So it can be that you can write a social story also, yet some good qualities and your attitude will be appreciated and you will be selected for psychology. The third one is stereotype, which you do often, copy from places and write it down. And now what happens is, in this kind of situations, you get rejected mostly, or you play by chance. So it is advisable that you write self-projection, wonderful. Even if you are writing of a hospital and you are writing of your kind of city, if you are coming from Delhi and you are visualizing your Delhi circumstances and writing a story there, that can be self-projection. Similarly, if you are writing a social learning where you have seen a good example and you appreciate that action of the person, so that will also be taken as a good psychological attitude. Is it clear to all of you? Now, we come down to very important thing that we will be coming up very soon with your part 2 on how to narrate. Again, we will divide these parts as we are doing it today also, realizing the time duration, into 2 parts, part 1A and part 1B. Similarly, you will be having part 2. I think in narration, part 2 will be enough to clarify your doubts. And in part 3, yes, we may have 2 parts to make you understand the group discussion and thus help you at your doorstep. God bless you. Thank you very much. This is salutations from Namal Academy. Best of luck. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.